Alright, what's up, boys and girls? This is a bit of a video for mainly people that actually consume my WoW content. If you don't, you can just disregard this video because it doesn't really apply to you, it doesn't really affect you. But this is kind of my thoughts on BFA as an expansion entirely, and my thoughts going forward with the remainder of the expansion. So, BFA was kind of a mediocre expansion overall. I can't really say much in comparison to other expansions since I only started in Legion, but I will definitely say that I do prefer Legion over BFA any day, hands down. Legion was just a lot more fun for me, had a lot more immersion, a lot, just everything fit, and the theme overall was just pretty cool. In the BFA, we just go back to Anduin and Sylvanas just having a little fight over Azeroth or something. I don't know. Um, 8.1 or 8.0 was a joke. There wasn't much to do. You did the quests, and then what? You did Mythic Plus, your rating, world quests, and then what? 8.1 comes around. I think 8.1 was. I know it came with the Battle of the Zarlor raid, I believe. Let me look at the patch notes. Well, 8.1 patch notes. I don't remember exactly what's in Tides of Vengeance, which I'm pretty sure was just a Battle of the Zarlor. Oh wait, new war campaign stuff. Faction assaults became a thing there. The Darkshore Warfront. Oh, Warfronts are another thing. It's an AFK. It's just literally AFK. The only exception is heroic Warfronts, so you actually have to kill things, which I will give heroic Warfront stat. Like, it's actually worth doing. It's actually, you can't AFK or you just don't get a reward. In normal Warfronts, you can just AFK and get easy gear. But heroic, I will give it to heroic that it is a pretty good source of gear, or it's good for getting a 460 piece of gear. It does take a little while. It is a bit tedious, but with pugs, it's not really that hard to do. Island expeditions were added in 8.1. Islands aren't bad, but it's just another grindy kind of deal. Titanium Residuum, Heart of Azeroth traits. Yeah, 2 traits have been added because of from Darkshore. Follower equipment, heirlooms, Paragon, nothing. Professions, Group Finder. What about it? Oh, wait, never mind, never mind. They nerfed questing for an 8.1, just classes stuff. Okay, so 8.1 wasn't really eventful. I mean, it added a new warfronts, new islands and everything, but it wasn't too crazy. Um, a new 8.2 was Nazjatar, added Nazjatar and Mechagon, and the new raid. It also introduced Pathfinder, the essences, pet battle stuff. I think this is where 8.2 really killed the alt friendliness and overall enjoyment of the game. If you're forced to play one class and one character because progression otherwise is just difficult or not worth doing, it's just a pain. That's how you're doing something wrong, because you're literally having to funnel all of your gear, all of your time, all of your effort into one character. You can't split off into alts and get decent stuff. Well, I get it. You don't hand out rank 3 essences to everyone, but at least give them like rank 1 essences for stuff they've already unlocked on another main at like rank 3 or 4. Like, I wouldn't mind that. Like, say I get Strength of the Warden or whatever it's called at rank 3, I'll unlock it on any other tune that can tank, that has a tank spec at rank 1. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. Like, I don't think a lot of people would mind that either. Like, I would understand doing that because you'd still have to put some work in to get your essence. But like, having to start from scratch with just a flame of Azeroth or whatever is just ridiculous. It makes alts a lot less alt friendly. It's I think 8.2 really started killing off alts with the essences. That's what I'm trying to say, because it became really un alt friendly after that. I will say though that Benthic gear did help with catching up, but essences really made it bad. Yeah, Nazjatar, Mechagon. Well, in 8.3 added N'Zoth, the new N'Zoth raid, assaults, corruption, creating an even bigger gap between alts and mains, and even between individual players. Now you're relying on more RNG and more types of gear, more types of working up for gearing, more RNG to get the certain corruptions. And overall, it's just really made me hate the expansion as a whole because I pushed for more. Do all this on your main, no alts allowed. I mean, I get it. You shouldn't. Your alts shouldn't be at the same power level as your main so easily. I get that, but when you add these systems that make it nearly impossible to make your alt even somewhat powerful and up to the standards of being a raider or a Mythic Plus runner, it's just bad. It's counterproductive. Like, people want to level alts. They want to learn each class. They want to play each class and learn the class and like learn its lore if people actually care about lore, and just play from a new perspective, a new role. Like, what if you wanted to go heal? Wanted to heal? You made a rogue the entire expansion. You go roll a priest. Up, gotta grind out the rank 3 essences again. Gotta grind out my perfect corrupted gear, the perfect traits, the perfect Azeroth essences, all my Azeroth nick levels, and all this stuff. It's just severely unalt friendly, and that ruins a lot of the enjoyment for me because it really pushed me away from leveling my alts at all. Or gearing up my alts, sorry. I have a bunch of 120s, but I just haven't bothered to gear them because it's become so unalt friendly. So I've kind of been forced to play my Demon Hunter because what's the point in trying to play another character if I can't really do much with it, because it just feels like a chore just to get all these the perfect essences, the perfect corruptions, and the gear in the first place. Like, it's just it sucks. But I will say the Visions of the Zoth are fun. I do like those. They are pretty neat. Like, I do like the cloak. It does help with corruption, and it's a pretty good stat stick. You don't have to worry about replacing in raids or anything. So I will give them that. But overall, the expansion has been pretty garbage in a lot of areas. Like, I feel like this is like the cycle WoW has gone in now. Like, you have a patch, it's relevant for a few days, no one cares about it anymore. You go back to spamming Mythic Plus and raids, and it's back to normal. I think it's the same deal in Legion as well. Like, you eventually just ended up doing Mythic Plus and raiding, but Legion had a lot more going for it. Like, the zones were a lot cooler. Suramar was awesome. Argus was pretty cool too. You had the Broken Isles, or Broken Shore, and the Broken Isles, with the 5 islands. Argus, which is pretty cool. The Raids Mythic Plus, all that stuff. But the big thing is that classes actually felt like their own class with their own little things to do. Because you had your class hall campaign, where you took your class to, like, do certain things related to your class. Like, Demon Hunters went to go do Demon Hunter stuff, kill demons, and fell infusion stuff, and all that. So it really made classes feel like classes and not just some pawn in a board game that had no meaning whatsoever. So I do like Legion because of that more. But ultimately, I think in the end, it all just boils down to Mythic Plus and rating. But it's a matter of having the content as a buffer between actually having something to do and then ending up going back to spamming the same things over and over because there's nothing to do. So having more content would have been nice for BFA. Like, there wasn't really a lot of content. I mean, the war campaign was nice, but overall it ended up just being a lot of raiding or Mythic Plus spamming or doing nothing. So I picked up Twinking for a little while because what else was I gonna do? It was fun, but I'm actually getting bored of BFA, like really bored. Like, I don't look forward to getting on and doing Mythic Plus every week. I don't. I really don't. I tanked one for a little while, but I did like it, but I just don't know how long that's gonna last. I did buy an EU sub recently, so I'll let that run out. I'll play with my friends if I can on there, and then just let it run out, and probably stop playing until Shadowlands or before the pre-patch anyway, or ahead of the curve. But overall, BFA was a train wreck to say the least. It None of the classes felt really like their own class. They didn't have any interesting storyline for each class, any of the classes, and the zones were all right. The updates, the patches were all right, but the essences really killed alts. It seriously killed alts. But and corruption too. But yeah, so basically my stance on it is there wasn't much content offered. It was all more just repeatable, spammable content instead of just intuitive and enjoyable content. It's just something to get you to play more to give Blizzard more money. You keep chasing the carrot on a stick, hoping you'll get a good piece of gear soon, and that satisfaction goes away immediately. When you just realize you just wasted your life on something that was completely boring and tedious for a piece of gear in a video game. So hopefully with Shadowlands they do better. But looking at BFA, I really don't have high hopes for Shadowlands anymore. Like, I seriously don't have high hopes for it. But I shouldn't be pessimistic about it right now because who knows, maybe it could be Legion 2. I don't know. Like not like an actual Legion 2, but like as good as Legion. Who knows? It looks interesting, but BFA is kind of ruining that for me. So yeah. Um that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.